And we're back. Alright, now to do the story time. Figure out where we're going. You get a copy X? Nice, for that anniversary. I'll definitely have to log in for that. I'm sure you already did that and got it, unless it's actually not live yet. I guess I'm going this way. Wait, I'm going this way? Dude, I'd be all over the place if I didn't use this now. Well, that's awesome. Nice. That's good stuff. I like that. Oh, it's up this way. But yeah, Freddy. Yeah, that BRB was. I mean, I had that for a good long while, but yeah, it wasn't always the BRB. Actually, I didn't really BRB, like use a BRB screen for a long time. I just left.
Mia, I'm glad we were able to save you.
So much to see, huh? Yes. Thanks so much, everyone. Next stop, the Cloud Keep.
Plans, please. But yeah, when I started doing this, and I was like, I've had when I did long casts, like longer than 6 hours or so, without a break, it really filled it. And I was like, with this one, I knew right at the start I was going to be playing so much of it, and I was like, no, we really need some breaks. And I can edit the videos and stuff more.
An ether channel, isn't it?
It is, but I don't need it. It's so fun. It's the snow region. You got him at 5 stars already. Dive Armor X is on his way along. 160 free pulls? Nice.
This is our first time here, isn't it?
Who put that there?
This is something decent, right?
When is and if is the Steam version ever gonna have the US servers?
Hey, supply drop over
I
there.
think we're about halfway to the summit.
I think we're about halfway there.
We've just got to stick it out a little longer then.
With those guys, if I can. Oh. Oh!
Said psst.
Moral, really.
What's up?
So, you've got M's memories.
Uni,
Why are we whispering? Roll with it.
I do, yeah. Why though?
So tell me stuff.
Tell you
She
what
wants,
stuff.
she wants to gossip.
Stuff about the Queen and Mobius. Anything you got.
But like what exactly?
Like how the two are connected? Any secrets? Or where they are?
Oi, no giving out exclusives.
Lance,
We want to know this stuff too, right?
Well,
They all
I
stopped.
suppose. But still,
yeah. I trust Mimi. If it was important, I'm sure she'd tell us everything.
And since she's not saying, there's a reason, right?
If it's about the Queen, you shouldn't hear it from me, but rather from Her Majesty herself, I think. The Queen's bound to know things that M didn't.
Oh, so that's it then? You're just gonna pass the buck?
Well, I suppose so.
Feels a bit stingy, that's all.
Hey, no grumbling. I'm in the same levelness as you, okay?
All right, I'll yield. Might as well save my appetite for the main course.
Wants the gossip. Zero has his own dive? Ooh. Ooh. Nice. The fire. There's ducks fighting each other. How hard is this going to be? Oh! I'm fine with that. Go for the experience.
Don't try to stop us.
Which means that. Then we're passing the buck. And I'm just thinking about it. Never had a chance. It's always nice when it like, well, when it's snowing and whatnot, but when it's clear, the snow. I just realized that, of course, the red smoke would do some white one too. Getting tired, right? Mission complete. Conquered. Conclusion. I am a winner. Give me all that experience. Should have probably went to a camp. Maybe the next one.
Lance brought something a bit meatier.
Oh, there's a quest over here. Oh, it's a camp. Ooh.
We got time to kick back a little.
What timing? I was just talking about going to a camp. How funny. Boy. It's Doran and Bam Bam. Bam Bam saw extreme giant monster. I see it's that time again. Well, the lighting on him. Why is it? Where's that lighting coming from? Fire? This is our business too. Got quest hype. The big unseen monster. Zero dive
I see some relations have changed.
armor isn't coming to global yet, but you can get it on Steam. Nice. Well, Steam. Other than that initial like logging in, I didn't.
Better
I
make
really
sure
didn't
we're
do
well
anything.
rested.
I guess I could get it. Oh yeah, we can level up. 2 levels? No, 1 level. I'll take it. We're at 62
Definitely
now.
feel stronger.
Oh yeah, I need to eat something too. I like the background. What are we cooking today? Oh, whoa. This one's good. The Manana's Battle Soup DX. I like this one. Make it a favorite. Not to mention, I actually have a lot of the ingredients too. Like, extra. Not like it's a variety of things. 3 things. Nice, Red Hawk. Yeah, I'll check that like later on, obviously. And get all the goodies.
I'm feeling energized already.
Oh yeah, let's see if we can get any more gems here. I guess. Nope. No.
Gem's done.
Shall we try it straight away?
We try it straight away. Here we are.
Looks good to me.
Shall we try it straight away? Will that be all for now?
That will be all for now.
It's good to keep a record.
One interesting thing is Mio Mobius? But they never brought up the idea, isn't she gonna live forever? But I don't know. Maybe not.
Alright, let's get going. Time's a-wasting.
It's good to keep a
By
record.
the way, time's a-wasting.
Let's go someplace else.
Let's go someplace else.
Mio, are we there yet?
Not long now. Hang in there.
Are we there yet? Oh, I don't wanna figure that guy. Wow, look at this view, Moral. Love that detail, like them perching, hitting trees, whatnot. So good.
What kind of place is this?
The altar of perception.
Glad I made this journey.
There's nothing special here.
Friends, sure we come to right place?
We're good. You'll see.
Oh? Wait, Mega Man has health regen in global? Not in the others? Yeah, I agree with that. Maybe he was a little too weak and wanted to boost him up. Oh, whoa, what is this? Castle in the sky? Oh, that was. Oh, that's right. That's that thing.
Is this real? That's the Cloud Key.
Whoa!
The key that we had earlier.
Fantastic bit of tech. Amazing how they kept it hidden.
Fantastic bit of tech. Or, yeah, tech. I was gonna say text. I'm like, no. That's awesome. Wonder nobody knew.
So is this where the Queen's been sleeping then? Yes. Right at the very top.
Oh, this should be very interesting.
Right. Let's move. Not far now. A few more stairs. We might finally discover the way to free the world. End Mobius's reign.
That's true. Mega Man X and X3
Better give it a good once over.
had regen, like the gold armor, or the specific chip anyway. But first Armor X, is that from Mega Man X1? That one didn't regen, did it? Oh my gosh, look at this.
It's been one revelation after another these days, and now here we are, walking through thin air like it's totally normal.
Watch your step. It's a long way down.
Really? Yeah, you don't say. Isn't it? Look at it. We're walking on thin air, by the way.
Topographical
This
info update.
architecture, it brings to mind Agnian imagery.
Warp pipe?
Ah, at last.
So this is the Cloud Keep. It's certainly lavish.
This way? Look at this place. You normally can't auto. Yeah, that's the weird part about that, right? That is pretty weird. The remake didn't even do that either, did it?
Man, get a load of this place. Do you think the Queen's really here?
Immoral.
If you fall off, you're on your own.
Lando's house?
You think we'll be able to meet the real Queen soon?
I'm feeling kind of tense.
Not Lando from the not the special editions of Episode 5 Star Wars, but the regular original one that had no walls to see like outside. It was just walls, not windows. They fixed that in the special edition. That was one actually really good update they did with it. There's definitely good ones for the special editions. Not so good. And what's also interesting, there's no pickup or anything, no enemies. Makes sense if it's been hidden. But I guess no pickups either.
It's good to keep a record.
I'm a little nervous.
What's the matter, Tyon? Not getting all nervous, are you?
What? I'm meeting Her Majesty the Queen. Who wouldn't be nervous right now?
The timing. Yo, Ace! Secret 2-player mode discovered in Super Punch Out? Really? Ooh, I'll have to take a look at that later. Not right now. I'm more hyped to see the Queen. Let's see the Queen, but I definitely want to see that. That's awesome, though. Remember the original Punch Out had that one secret that was like 20 years in the finding. So you guys can look at the link and check it out. Or maybe after this whole thing is over. It really is the key to all this stuff. You hyped for this, Moral? Here we go. Oh my gosh, it's the Queen! Not some stupid robot. Manipulated. I have all the themes. Except one, but it's not in this list of...
It's her. That's the real Queen of Agnes.
She's sleeping and not dead, right?
Don't worry. She'll awake soon enough.
Oh, Nia! From the second game. Right? Oh my gosh.
What?
Your Majesty! She's been killed!
What?! I was so ready to hear stuff and reveal and hype.
How delicious. I can taste your despair already. I'm afraid you won't get your way. We worked hard to make this world ours. No way that we'll relinquish it now.
What a-holes.
Yoren!
You rats! How'd you find us?
I don't get your surprise. That one's still half Mobius. You didn't seriously think we'd lose her, did you?
Or did you think you're all that just because you managed to defeat N?
Well, thanks to you, I got to end that aggravating old bat, fulfilling Zed's orders in the process.
Looks like we got played. Yoren, are you seriously
Seriously what?
teaming up with this creep? You've killed her!
Wasn't that clear? You know I am Mobius.
I was reborn, and on that day, Jay surpassed you all.
That day. Right. Then tell me. Why did you do it? Trade your life for mine? You could have ignored me, got away safe.
Well, gee, I have no idea.
Let's see, there might be something in one of my memories. Maybe if I die instead of him, I'll please him? Perhaps that's what I was thinking.
One of your memories.
Since I couldn't do anything else right, you know?
Must be nice to be you, Lance. Just being yourself.
Nice to be me.
You couldn't fathom how hard it is to be useless. You'd never understand, unless you'd seen yourself in that light.
Oh, here's a thought. How about you try interlinking with me for a lark? I bet you'll cry at the state of me. Fun fact, you know. When you become Mobius, you're treated to all the memories of your past lives. I got to see all the different me's. Although they all pretty much met the same sad end. Deadweight will always be that. I am nothing but myself.
Wow.
Those were all just coincidences. We know different.
That's right. We thought... No, I knew for sure that you were awesome.
Whatever. Bet you were well and truly fed up with me. Although, back on that day, I still managed to surpass you. I can still be here, feel this rush.
And now, I'm having the time of my life!
Bossy time, of course. Let's go. These guys need to die. Right, Moral? But yeah, the for the Tetris 99, I mean, I could go and play it, but the themes are not new. They're old themes. I did double check to see because I was missing one, number 20, I believe it was. I totally just missed it. But unfortunately, the 6 they're doing for this week, I got them all. So I really don't need to. I can play with that theme whenever I want. Unless there is something new, and I didn't know or whatever, but the ones that are sort of like bringing back, yeah, I got them all. That's cool they actually do it though. But the one I need is after, like, a couple after the 6 there. Shoot, you're right, Ace. Oh shoot, you're right on that one. I'll have to do it at some point. Either today or tomorrow. Then it'll be like an hour, maybe. Theoretically, the 2-hour mark. It does end us about 5-ish by time, so maybe? Depends if it's like, oh, I don't want to start another new bit because I know it's going to be a whole lot. Maybe. Let's go. Tomorrow's MH? Yeah, I know, right? Oh yeah, die too. Bye bye now.
Check out what I've got in mind. Alright, coming right up.
I can't believe it. We found her and then suddenly they kill her. Like, they were following us. Isn't that just crazy, Moral? Yeah, I was so ready to just hear what she'd have to say and explain. Let alone it was Nia from the second one. Or at least, unless it's a different Nia, but... If I know Xenoblade, it's probably the Nia, and we could finally start getting some information. Right away, nope. After this fight, let's see if she's still there and we'll get some info. Or maybe she'll survive. These guys need to die. No way, it makes me... You know, the whole thing where this appeared and we go in and whatnot, you know what it really reminds me of? It's even up in the air, too. But it reminds me of the when you get the actual Triforce in Skyward Sword near the end. Like its location. I gotta take him down, right, Moral? Let's go. Here we go. Almost 600,000. What? No, there was no hand. I didn't see any of that. No way. Why? Stop doing things and stuff to get me rowdy up. But the cutscene to do that. Get rid of this guy. Pac-Man's getting a movie? Excuse me? Yeah, exactly. Live action Pac-Man movie in the works. The Wayfarer. Bandai Namco exclusive. Is it gonna look like Pac-Man World, kind of, or something like that? Or is it a documentary? I mean, there is stuff like that already out there. I don't think it'll be that. It's action-packed version. Wait a minute. Wait, what? Did they cover health? I'm sure one was getting kind of low. That was interesting.
Do you think this plan might work?
What do you think of this idea? I'll put the plan in motion.
I can follow that up.
Check out what I've got in mind. Observe my strategy.
If it's animated, it'd be okay. Like, you mean like drawn animated? Or computer animated? Or is it gonna be like... Is it gonna be kind of like how, remember that Dragon Ball Z movie was? How it was kind of like... It almost looked like low budget. Is it just get some guys and they're like, ah, yeah, you kinda get just the hair up. Yeah, you look like Goku. Yeah. Top quality. Spared no expense. So they probably get some jolly guy big enough, I guess, to be Pac-Man. It's gonna be a real stretch. I wonder if this is one of those like FF11 yin yang where it's like you gotta kind of get both down to low health, maybe. I wonder if that's what that is. I don't know why there was the heal, unless it was a one pickup or something. I'm not sure. That's true. Oh yeah, I agree. Especially some that kind of really just doesn't work as fully live action. Or, I mean, it depends what it is. Like Pac-Man, no. I don't think live action would ever work on that. But something like Pokemon in this case, it you know, when they did the Detective Pikachu, where it was kind of semi, live action. That was really good. I think it worked at least because it was actually humans. Now something like, you know how they were starting to do, like Disney do those live action movies? When they did, and I still haven't seen it. I guess I want to see the Lion King, live action, maybe? It's like, oh, I love the original one so much. I'm like, do I want to paint myself by looking at that other one? Maybe it's not as bad, though. But when they did the live action Aladdin, I thought that was actually pretty good. It's like a different take on the same story. And there was actually some parts I think were actually better than the original. But there's a lot of stuff obviously to love so much of the original. It's, you know how funny it was, like there was those live action movies that were starting to bring out, and then it's like, I guess they have reception. I'm not sure about the numbers or anything, but now it's suddenly what happened? Did they just drop the idea of the live action stuff now? Now I think about it, what is kind of coming out recently? I mean, I know there's the Star Wars stuff and Mando and Book of Boba Fett and stuff like that.
Ready for a good thrashing? Just one!
Pixar's still doing its thing. I guess it's kind of. Oh yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog did very well. Yeah, and that's also like a mix because there are the human beings obviously, so that helped make it a mix. But do you think that did well? That's why they're doing the pack? Monster Hunter movie. There's actually a lot of good out of it. And there's stuff that didn't really need it, and they could have emphasized more stuff that just wasn't there. Like the world of Monster Hunter, like the town and interactions with the characters. But that one didn't do too well. It definitely didn't make any kind of profit, so I don't think we're getting anything else. Do we have the other one? Oh, he's down. Good. We are progressing. Once this battle's done, Moral, we're gonna find out what happens next, because I'm very curious. We're gonna chase him off, probably, or some big thing will happen. And then, my guess? We'll see, but my guess is... Wait! Oh wait, how many are there? What's this? Were there 3 of them? Oh, there's only the 2. Okay, then probably now I understand why I'm all like, wait, why is the health all down? Oh, here we go. Now things are gonna die. Lucky 7. Just run for the fun. That sword does mighty fine damage. Look, he did that move, and it's like...
This is unacceptable.
Oh, good. Okay. Darn it, I almost... If I knew, I could have used it right away. Hopefully.
Must be nice to be strong like you guys. And me? I was just a worm crawling in the dirt. But what I wanted was to fly. With every single new day I looked up to admire the birds freewheeling above, but I was a worm.
Yoren, cut the crap.
The stuff you guys said was like if those birds went, but Mr. Worm, you do such great work tilling the soil. It's really important you keep at it for the sake of the world, you know? Do you see what I'm trying to say?
And what's so wrong about that?
I wanted my wings, you bastard! I thought if only I could earn your approval, it'd be like an updraft I could soar on.
But birds, what can they possibly know
Of how a lonely worm feels.
Yoren! Just how could you possibly think like that? You wanted approval, so you...
How could I not? That's why I became Mobius. So I could be what I always aspired to be.
What? This is you?
It looks nothing like you!
Yeah, but, like, that's what I want to end up like someday.
Remember that?
Silly, huh?
Liar! If you think you're satisfied being this way, you're lying to no one but yourself. I know you can't be at peace with this, so drop the act. And yeah, maybe to you we were like birds. But that has nothing to do with strength. Only lack of choice.
Lack of choice.
Just look at how the world is for us. It would never allow us to take any other form. So we have to change it. For weak people like us.
Weak? You're weak.
On that day, weren't you smiling?
Oh yes, I sure was smiling. Because it was the moment I rose above you.
It was a grin of victory!
No, it wasn't. On that day, that was the real you. Our friend Yoren.
Stop mocking me!
Look, you'd made it, Yoren. You spread your true wings.
Yoren. Your death, it changed me. Fighting isn't everything. I learned that if I chose, I could change myself, become anything. Yoren, I'm grateful as Spark to you.
Ain't you the same, Yoren? Maybe if you had the choice too, in a world where nothing has to be like this.
And that's exactly the kind of world we want to create. We want choices. Remember your Mobius. You should have other nice memories as well. You have to try and remember them, anything at all.
I've seen all kinds of death. Taken a long, hard look at myself. So let me tell you, Yoren, you're more than this.
Yoren, you've given me so much. You helped me find the will to endure these 10 hard years.
Come to us, please, Yoren. Let's all stand together. You don't belong with them. You just don't.
Was that also me? That day it was like my body just moved.
Hey! Don't you think you're getting carried away there?
What?
Ah, what a loser.
You good-for-nothing shit for brains!
What? That's funny. Can't help but laugh at that, but everything else, yeah, the feels. Oh no.
Yoren!
An interlink? He's taken him over.
Ugh! He's a real piece of work.
D, you scum!
Ever had dreams?
Dreams of dying, of being slaughtered.
Ah well, most people forget as soon as they wake. No harm done. But tell you what.
They're all completely true.
And so snuffing what? What if they were? The past is past, and the present is now.
I wasn't finished. Dreams, you see. They're little traces of intense memories from your past lives that didn't get purged before rebirth. Little harmless bugs in the system, let's call them.
However, not so with Mobius. Just like the Runt said, when you become Mobius, in that very moment, All your past memories come rushing back to you.
Ace. No more Jordan, only Zulu. Dang! I couldn't say it better myself.
To put it mildly, it's transcendent.
Before coming here, I went to visit the Furnace where I keep my collection.
Collection, you say?
There they were, staring
Metroid?
back at me.
In the canister? Right there.
He's mad.
He's mad.
Doesn't it make you tingle? As long as I am Mobius, I can enjoy this superlative feeling forever and ever.
I'll bury the world in my sweet collectibles.
I think I'm gonna hoe.
Push through it! First, we gotta save the Orin from the shitbag!
Yeah, you need what Lance said. This punk needs a whooping.
I know, right, Moral?
Okay, we'll do. We'll thrash this shitbag, save Uran, and get me some payback.
If you fancy your chances, take your shot. I'll be more than happy to rip your bloody pelts off.
And add them to my collection.
I was gonna say, what about the Queen? I mean, you know, that was our chance to still talk to her. It's bossy time! I guess we had a change of, location. Mobius D and J. Freaking gotta get rid of the D, right? Right, Moral? D for dirtbag. Oh, not the lunch! Douchebag. Oh no! Let's do it.
This should be our plan of attack. I'll make this work.
I can follow that.
Bring it!
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now.
Again.
That hat.
I've got an idea. Check right, coming right up.
Whoa, 1 HP for Alexandria. That was close.
I can follow that.
This'll end it.
Leave it
Or
to
attack.
you. Do you think this plan might work? Yippee!
Yippee! Exactly, Ace. Always come right for Misa.
How about this?
One more for the road.
He's getting that 720. That's great. Cool.
Got an ace off my eye, coming right up.
Allow me.
Hey, we heal. Might as well.
You're in for it now.
But I know. Didn't look like that bar moved very much. Did it? There we go. It's definitely going to be good with this. It's a good yo-yo, right? Yo-yo. Whoa! Pretty good. On my max. Pretty dang good. There we go. It's time. Where is he? What is he doing?
Stay on guard for now. You won't get away. Eat this.
Yeah, there we go. Knock him out. Daze him. Topples. Kill him yet. Woo! Now it's going to me. If he dies, of course he loses. Stun. Yes, come on, let's go. Oh, it blurred out. Okay. Really wants me. I'm dead. Oh gosh, get us up, get us up. Oh my god. Oh shoot. There's like this poison and stuff. Holy crap.
Could try something fun. Leave it to you, right? Allow me.
AoE. AoE.
You're in for it now. Bye-bye now.
You laugh there.
It ain't over yet.
Pinion Prime. No. I don't know yet. Well, are you talking about Xenoblade in general or in this game?
I might have the answer.
Have you played the other games?
Expect.
I mean, we know what they are in the other. Well, the first game for sure has a big amount of story. The second one is minor, but it's kind of there. But it is there, and things do connect between these two. But this one,
Do you think this plan might work?
yippee, Skippy.
I'll start it off.
It's already flaming. It's not even halfway. That's fun. I was cutting it close. You saw that, huh, Moral?
How about this?
And one for good measure.
I've got an idea. I'll make it.
Allow me.
Heals.
I'm with you.
That should probably do it. Yep.
Again.
Cool.
I'm gonna win this. You right to pick mine.
Ooh. AoE. AoE. Look how high up that one.
You're in for it now.
Well.
Bye-bye now.
183.
Any last words? Gonna walk all over you.
Enjoy the spectacles.
You know the drill.
You can count on me. Domination.
Whoa. Nice.
No, enemy's broken away from me. Come here, I got something for you. Come back.
Right, I only have 2 heals.
Enemy's broken away from me.
I'll exit here.
Come here, I got something for you. Come back.
Oh no. Beyond death. stay away from this? Is this annoying? I don't know what he's doing.
Quit being an idiot and stay
It's just like one target. That's AoE stuff's always makes things harder. Don't get off! Yeah, there's yes. Heal, heal, heal! That was close again, Moral. Look at that HP. Look at that. If it's some AoE, oh, I would have been done. Dunzo Gunzo.
Leave it to right this time. Allow me.
One healer.
I can follow that up.
Oh no, that's not good.
How about this?
Any last words? Come on now.
Ooh.
I might have the answer.
What do you think of this idea?
One HP for everyone. Oh, Senna, that's
Allow me.
oh my gosh.
Such carelessness.
I'm gonna do like another attack. It's just out. So that she could revive the other healer. I'd have to.
This should be our plan of attack. I used my thinking muscles for this one. Right, coming right up.
I'll start us off.
I'm with you.
Not doing anything yet, is he?
Waiting for this. We can go all night. Let me give you a taste.
Oh, that's it. Oh gosh. Now raise, raise, raise.
Hang in there, I'll heal you.
Oh, we got regenerate. That's good. And I got this little beaut. Now that I can almost see like an actual real version of that. That'd be cool.
Still do this. Remember full fall back.
Oh, he's doing something there.
Do it, Kyan. Give it up. You have courage.
Go, go, go! Full attack! Full attack!
You won't get away.
Go, go, go! Everyone's up.
Observe my strategy.
How about something like this?
This should be our plan of attack.
Leave it to Uni. Great! Everyone get ready! Allow me! You're in for it now! Bye-bye now! You felt it! Your fate was sealed when you rose against us!
Cool. Back in action.
Leave it to Uni.
Check out what I've got in mind.
How about something like this?
Alright, coming right up.
I'll start us off. Such carelessness.
Such carelessness. Chocobo. Oh.
How about this?
We could go all night.
So close.
Do you think this plan might work? I'll start us off.
Get to 100? Oh, might not happen.
I'm with
Or? We're good. One more for the road. Cool. I think I want to use the both healers.
You're in for it now.
That multiplier though.
Bye-bye now.
Bye bye now. Oh, 779. Could this do it? Could it just actually go all the way?
You want it?
I think we did it. Overkill! Dang, that was quite the battle. Man, what was it? Majin on hard mode? We'll have fun with this one. That was, wow, that was intense, wasn't it, Moral? That was several times it was really close.
I lost.
Impossible. I won't accept it. I am D of the Mobius.
The man who is Black Blaze Dark.
What's Dirk? That's what his name was.
By some idiot upstarts.
Black Blaze Dark.
You've heard
Sounds
of
like Dark.
I read about him in a textbook. An Agnian soldier from long ago who'd gone mad. Rather than take lives with his blade, he'd behead his enemies with talon-like swords, bring them back, and add them to his collection.
So that's who we're dealing with.
Dang.
Is this your doing?
Jay, what are you trying to pull? I can't crush these fools if you hold your strength back. Give it to me, you no-good deadweight loser.
Oh snap.
Deadweight loser.
Oh dang.
Who else, kiddo? So give it up. Go on, give.
Look, you'd made it, Yoren. You spread your true wings. So let me tell you, Yoren, you're more than this. I can be more.
Oh. Oh, he's gonna do that.
What? What's going on?
Alright! That's what I'm talking about!
With this much power, these chumps are...
That's enough now! I've got more than enough juice to... Hey! Are you listening? Jay!
The Black Fog!
I knew it!
Yoren's doing that.
Stop it! Yoren! If you don't stop, you're gonna die!
I can't move! Cut it out! Jay! Cancel me into the... now!
Move your ass! Do what I say!
I will not. I've decided. It's my choice. I will be different.
Yoren!
This is who I am. Isn't it? Noah. Uni. Lands.
Jay, stop!
Oh man!
If I die here, I won't...
Snuffing idiot. Always putting others ahead of yourself, you moron. You should have just looked out for number one.
But you were so scary, I didn't really feel like I had that option.
I suppose. I'm sorry. You're...
He actually did get to say that. There was like a very beginning part where it said after some
Maybe
practice to say sorry. He actually did.
if we meet again.
Or is it?
Yeah. And next time, we will win.
Yoren! Only this happened before they found the queen, perhaps? Well.
That was... Yoren.
Yeah, sure was. I swear, he hadn't changed one bit.
But this isn't okay. People shouldn't have to make such heartbreaking choices.
Yeah. That's exactly why we gotta move forward.
Yeah, well... What do we do? The Queen's... she's gone now.
What do we do? What can we even do?
This was supposed to be how we take back our world.
I'm so sorry. I knew I was half Mobius. I should have been more careful, but instead...
What? What?
Bastard! Stuck me good, he did. 2 sentries to the side and things that have been a sight worse.
That is definitely Nia. That voice.
What?
She's actually alive, Marl? I think.
Oh, you must be...
Impossible. I saw it. I saw her being stabbed directly through the heart.
And all that blood everywhere.
But now she's alive! Alive and kicking!
Yeah.
You are... Oh, that's good. So it worked after all.
Your Majesty.
Oh?
My name is Nia. And I am the Queen of Agnes, one wing of Ionios.
Yes. Whoa.
It's good to keep a record.
By the way, it's good to keep a record.
N and M. Another version of us.
Heather! Oh my gosh, there was
What
such
are
a
we?
heartfelt moment.
Why do we exist in the first place?
She lives. Right, Moral?
The answers are within me. Together with her hopes and dreams. I will give them a voice. I will make him hear our truth.
We finally found the Queen of Agnes. And of course, we got followed and they stabbed her. And we thought she died. Big boss fight. Big sad moment with Joran. Came back and, well, she's okay. Oh? Oh my gosh, we might actually be getting story.
300 days remain to the intersection. It seems we might make it.
Yes. It took every bit of our combined intellects, but we built it.
To prepare for the time our two worlds collide.
All that we are is contained within. Memories and our souls.
We will all be gone, and then reborn. Will it be a new beginning, or our demise? No one can tell us that.
Time will run its due course, and show us the true meaning of our deed.
The music from Xenoblade 1. That sounds like it. I mean, there was Melia and Nia, and I'm all like, they're obviously probably the ones from the 1 and 2, but
In the distant
how?
past, what was once a single world was cleft in twain. Plus and minus, on the surface, they were identical. These two worlds of opposing nature knew nothing of each other as they wended their way towards their own respective futures. However, the worlds yearned for each other. Against the solitude of existence, they strove to reunite. Though it would spell certain destruction, should the two worlds intersect, they would cancel each other out and cease to be. leaving only light. Light, a shining beacon in the darkness, the last common language left to us. Though we inhabited separate worlds, the medium of light allowed us to communicate for the very first time. And so we sought for a way to prevent total oblivion. We pooled our knowledge and through time gave birth to a single point of hope. Origin. An arc containing all the world's data, recorded in words of light, carrying hope into the future. Origin was a system we constructed to reboot the world's states. And then, time was upon us. The reboot process failed to initiate. Instead, in that instant, the worlds became still. By the will of Mobius.
So it's their fault.
And at the heart of it was their ringleader, Zed. You could say Zed embodies this frozen world.
But what does that achieve? Freezing everything.
Not a thing. He didn't need to do anything after that. Only to keep everything in its place in stasis and create an eternity to abide within. As was their wish.
He made our lives their sustenance.
Precisely so. In order to gain control of Origin, Zed captured the Kavesi Queen. To what end? To access the memories in Origin. To bend them to his will. He needed a key held only by its creators. A key? A heart might be more fitting. Zed used the key held by the Queen of Kevis and seized Origin in its entirety. Controlling Origin means controlling the world. And having shackled it, he can bend it to his will. Life and death are his playthings.
Life and death.
No one, not even M, knew the origins of this world.
So I guess you have another key.
Yes, it's in my possession. With its help, I was able to create the Ouroboros stones. Though most of the power is with Zed, I have been able to resist him to a small extent.
It's a cogwheel?
One of the gears from Origin. Through a process of catalysis between the Origin substrate and the core in my chest, I can generate the stones.
And thanks to that, we became Ouroboros.
Yes, but not completely.
Huh?
Remember, have you not succumbed to Mobius's power before? As I've said before, Zed commands the world's very fabric. Unfortunately, my own powers are sorely limited. And yet, you too can break Zed's fetters, as you've shown, smashing through the rules he established. With your Ouroboros powers and the Sword of the End, both.
Yes.
The Sword of the End.
The orange?
The sword you hold. It is a byproduct of resonance between the Kavesi Queen's heart and Origin.
Does that mean it's like an Ouroboros stone?
The Ouroboros stones and the sword, they're mere gimmicks. The crux of them lies with you. You see, there are keys inside of you too.
Inside of us?
Keys?
Finally, my efforts were rewarded. I'm glad to meet with all of you who embody hope.
Majesty, What is it that we must do?
Right. Infiltrate Origin, then free it and the Kavasi Queen. From Zed. From the hands of Mobius once and for all.
If we do free it, will we get to change the world? It's so cruel and senseless. Can we undo that? Your Majesty...
If you desire to have a future before you...
I need to know. Zed and Mobius. Must they be our enemy?
Noah.
Now that is something for you to decide. After confronting them and discerning for yourselves what they truly are.
All right.
Come this way.
Good to add more names.
Good to add more names. We just saw the queen, and all I can think of is good to have more names. Well, what do you think of all that, Moral? Oh.
It's good to keep a record.
Oh, wait a minute, yeah, that... Okay. Uni was like rank 10, I'm like, uh-oh, max rank. And I'm like, nope, that's one of those. We opened it up to 20. Yeah, Nia is a blade. Which I've noticed, like, you know, obviously, Mia is pretty much blade, because, like, you know, the stone and Senna definitely seems like a blade, obviously, with the stone and the flame, which obviously is a character from the second one. But because of the merging, the characteristics, I guess, of those are just mingled together as humans. There's been nothing at all saying anything about races
Behold.
or specific things.
There at the nadir of the vortex sleeps Origin.
In the sea?
Deep beneath the sea where none may tread, Zed spins his world-spanning web.
So you're saying the Queen of Kevis, she's there as well?
Well, snuff me. I want to save the Queen as much as the next guy. But how are we supposed to even get there? You can't even get near without being ripped apart.
Yeah, but if anyone were to know the trick, it's Queen Nia. Seeing as, you know, she's the mastermind behind the whole Origin shebang, yeah?
No. Yes? Mm-hmm.
Right. Actually, I kinda don't.
But you're the Queen! How do you not know that?
This is shocking.
Absolute nonsense. I simply cannot believe this.
I don't know how to respond.
Come on, you lot. Rein it in now.
Huh? Hang on. Mio, don't you get to use those Mobius powers?
Well...
Then it should be a snap, right? Pew! We're there! Those clowns were doing it all the time!
Actually,
Go on.
I can't use them right now. The Mobius powers.
What?
I noticed it right after we liberated the castle. I couldn't work out why myself. It was so sudden.
No! Is this why you blew us off saying to ask the Queen ourselves?
Sorry, Uni.
Oh, love.
I suspect it must be Zed.
Huh?
The power of Mobius.
It's part of the flow and fabric of the world. What is permitted and what is prohibited is subject to Zed's whims. Even with Origin, not every Mobius knows of his existence.
But I was able to use the Ouroboros powers.
The power you currently wield is, let's say, external to the flow. Even Zed himself cannot grasp what's beyond his reach. Therein is my hope based.
We're still stuck, though. We know where to go, but we're kind of dead in the water here.
How to tackle the vortex, then? Mr. Salmon.
Mr. Salmon was, that Nopon from the city.
Yeah. Recall what he said about a ship that could brave the Great Sea. Ultimate vessel.
That right.
Remember that?
Even vortexing raging great sea not slow advance. It'd go down in history as queen of boats. Still work in progress, but sure to bring to fruition someday. It's someone's dream.
Yeah, he did say that. Something about it being able to take on stormy weather.
Wait, wasn't that a work in progress, though?
I think he might have been drawing up blueprints.
Whatever Mr. Salmon said, he was pretty ardent about it.
Which must mean...
There might be a way to get there, after all.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Finally, our lucky break.
Looks like this place was worth the trip.
Better hurry. I hardly imagine Mobius will stand idly by.
Agreed.
Your Majesty!
Huh?
Thanks a lot. Things are looking up.
Aww.
Sure.
Right, okay. I think I understand. If you're looking for Samon, he'll be in maintenance, same as usual. I'll send someone to get you. Just head on over.
Many thanks. We'll be outside the Cloud Keep.
Can I actually go back and talk to her? Thingy over here.
Wonder what's inside.
Something so valuable here.
Drop down. He's around here somewhere. Wait, where? Oh, is she over? Oh, that's funny. Oh.
Back to the city for a bit then.
Yeah. Travis arranged to have us picked up at the entrance.
It's beautiful. Oh wait, I'm so far away. Alright, well actually, why don't I go ahead and just take a break now?